Well, I'm sure you already know what this means, but it's gumbo time on the OG. I'm gonna do us a little chicken and sausage gumbo. Right now I'm sauteing down my vegetables. It's a little onions, bell peppers, celery, and minced garlic. I added my seasoning, some of the seasoning to it. We're gonna get that sauteed down, and we're gonna add the roux. We're gonna let it boil for a few hours, and then we're gonna put in our sausage and chicken. So tonight it's gonna be gumbo on the OG. Yum, yum. Okay, so I got my Cajun Holy Trinity sauteed down. That's the onions, bell pepper, and celery. So I'm going to start adding in my roux. And today this was kind of a last minute kind of deal, so I'm going with jar roux. I didn't make my own roux from scratch. But I'm going to add my roux in, start letting my roux melt, and I'm going to add water to it and let it start cooking down. Okay, so I'll put in my roux. Today we're using Carrie's roux, which is a local roux, and it's a pretty good roux. I also like the Savoy's roux, and my favorite when I can find it is Pat's roux. That's the same people with the Pat's of Henderson restaurant. They have a roux on the market, which is a very good roux as well. So we'll get this kind of melted down and mix it in with the Holy Trinity, and we'll start adding some water. All right. Okay, so I have my roux, which is melting down, almost done on the melting down, and I add a little bit of water until all of the roux is dissolved, and then I'll start adding more water to it, and just the gumbo will actually boil for several hours before I add any of the sausage or the chicken to it. So this is the next step before filling the pot with water and getting it to a good rolling boil and letting it cook. Okay, so we're boiling the gumbo. We haven't added the meat to it yet. I'm going to let it boil for about another 2 hours, and then I'll add the sausage first, and then once the sausage is cooked, we'll add the chicken until everything's cooked, and it'll be ready to serve. Yum, yum. Okay, so our gumbo has been cooking for a while. Now it's time to add the fresh pork sausage. I prefer fresh sausage in my gumbo instead of smoked sausage, but a lot of people like smoked sausage in there, so it's whatever your preference is. This sausage that I'm using is from my family's business. It's Boudin's Acadian Farms smoked sausage. If it's not in your grocery store, please ask them to get it. It is the fresh pork with green onions, and it is, in my opinion, the best sausage on the market. So as you can see, I'm putting the sausage in whole, and it's not, I haven't browned it or cooked it in any way. The sausage is raw. I put it in whole. I'm gonna let it cook for probably about half hour to 45 minutes. Once the sausage is cooked in the gumbo, I'm gonna pull it out and portion it down into bite-sized pieces. And then we'll put it all back in, let it cook, and then we'll add the chicken a little bit later. Okay, so I just added my chicken. Before I added the chicken, I cut my fresh pork sausage into the portions that I was looking for, and then I added my chicken. The chicken I'm using is boneless chicken chunks. I have both white and dark meat. Normally on a chicken and sausage gumbo, I would use a whole cut up hen from my chicken meat, but this was kind of a last minute deal, and we had the chicken in the freezer, so we went with that. But it'll turn out fine. So now we just have to let everything cook, finish up, and it'll be ready to eat. Yum, yum. Okay, so my gumbo is done. It's been cooking for several hours. I put it on at 11 o'clock this morning, and it is a little after 5 right now. So been cooking about 6 hours. That's about right. Now, as you can see, there's a good bit of grease on the surface of the gumbo, and I'm gonna show you the way one of the techniques I use to get the grease off of the gumbo. You know, you can sit there and spoon it out, but I like to take a couple paper towels, just let it float off of the top, and as you can see, some of the grease is coming off with it, and you just keep using your paper towels. And put it in a bowl off to the side. So there, that's the majority of it. And as it, I just turned the heat off on it. So as it stops boiling, the oil on top will settle across the whole top, and it'll make it easy to get the rest of it out. So I'll do it one more time. And there you go. You can see we removed the vast majority of the grease on top. Okay, my friends, this is the final product. As you can see, I have a bowl of rice with my gumbo, sausage, and chicken. I tasted it earlier. It is very tasty. I'm gonna add a little bit of my chow chow to it, and it should be a yum yum. Hope you all have a very good weekend, and God bless.